Hi Deb. I am a female Scorpio in the 35 to 41 age group, dating a Leo male in the 57 to 65 age range. My question to you is this: am I wrong for losing my cool? My boyfriend is amazing in every way, we've been together 2 years. But a few days ago I found my light green washcloth on the sink with lots of brown stuff on it. I asked my boyfriend what's on my washcloth and he said he used it to clean off his hands after tending to the chicken coop. In the 2 years we've been together, I've caught him using my washcloth to clean his shoes, wipe up spills, and basically using my towel as a rag. So I went out and bought a dozen plain white washcloths which were designated for cleaning, spills, etc. Mind you, our shower washcloths are beautiful colors like pink, blue, green, etc. So there's no mistaking which is which. Problem is, he won't stop using the shower washcloths as cleaning rags. So I flipped. I threw his laptop across the room, flipped an office chair, threw his clothes on the floor because I was so angry he still uses our washcloths as rags. His reasoning was to just toss it in the washer and all's well. No sir. What if I used his toothbrush to clean the toilet then tossed it in the dishwasher? See what I mean? Am I wrong for acting out in an angry rage? I've spoken to him about this many times, mind you. Thanks for taking my question. I will show him your response.
This question. I have a lot to say about this. The number one point I want to make is that in spite of your proclamations that he's the best boyfriend ever, I'm seeing a complete and total lack of respect for your boundaries and your requests for sanitation. This is very important because when you're handling animal feces, whether it's chicken or any other kind, those feces contain live bacteria. For chicken, poultry, other kinds of animals, we hear this on the news all the time, where meat has been contaminated with animal feces and people get sick from salmonella and this other bacteria called Campylobacter, I believe is how you pronounce it, but don't quote me on that. But the bottom line for you is that when he's using your towels, these are towels that you turn around and wash your intimate body parts with, your female anatomy is wide open to this. And he just basically doesn't give a shit. He's going to do what he wants to do. And as a Leo, I'm a Leo myself, I know we hate people telling us what to do. We want to do what we want to do. But in a situation like this, he's putting your very health at risk, possibly your life, because salmonella is not anything to play with. And you don't believe me, go look online. You can look at all the people who have died from it, the horrible effects that it has on the human body. And this is what he's exposing you to just because he insists on using your personal towels. Now, even though you can use on white towels, you can use chlorine bleach to somewhat mitigate the spread of bacteria. You can't do that on pink, yellow, green, and blue towels. I mean, it's pointless. So what I would do if I were you, I would tell him, you are going to replace all of my towels. Then you are going to go and you're going to go to an auto parts store and you're going to buy a case of shop towels. They're like these little red hand towels. He needs to store them outside near the chicken coop where there's a hose and he can rinse off his boots and dry off his shoes with those shop towels. And then he can wash them out there. He can do whatever he wants to do, but that stuff should really never even come in the house. Your guy, I'm not sure what's wrong with him, why he's not thinking about the big picture. I thought about this for a couple of days before I decided to try to get my cousin to help me put this together. But I just can't even comprehend a man who has such disrespect and total disregard for the request that his woman makes, especially about something that has to do with her health. This guy, I'm not sure, like I said, I don't think your anger reaction, your Hulk reaction and fit throwing was unwarranted. Actually, I think you went light on him because if it were me, I would have taken them poopy towels and jammed one down his throat. That's what you think is so great to have all this bacteria. Let's see how it feels once it gets in you. See, some kind of real serious violence would have ensued because you directed it at objects. I would have directed mine at him because he's the one who's doing it to me. I am not really sure what you're going to do about this, girlfriend. You two need to have a very serious sit down and talk about this. But your guy is showing you some serious disrespect, total lack of regard. He's not listening to you. He's doing what the hell he wants to do. And like I said, in a situation where it could potentially impact your health to the point where you could cause your kidneys to shut down, all kinds of other stuff to go on. And people die, like I said, from salmonella poisoning. It's not anything to joke with. This is something that you both need to take very seriously. This guy needs to read up on bacterial transmission and understand what he's dealing with when he's dealing with live animals and their droppings. Okay, this is nothing to play with. That's pretty much what I have to say on it. Stand firm, and if he just can't get on board with that, then you might want to reconsider this relationship, because a man who just has that little bit of a fuck about what goes on with you, and that little regard for your requests that you make of him, that you're gonna have to keep saying it over and over and over and over, and he's still gonna keep doing what the fuck he want to do. See, that to me, that's not kind of man I want to be bothered with. I understand that you think he's great and all this other stuff here, but you need to really consider other aspects of your relationship. Are there other aspects of your relationship where you make requests of him, you draw up boundaries, and he does what the hell he wants to do? That's something to think about. As a Leo myself, I don't mess with Leo men because they like that. They want to do what they want to do. But then, I refuse to be bothered with that. I really, really think this is just like the tip of the iceberg for your relationship. I could be wrong, but I think if you put some thought into it, you'll see where this kind of attitude that he has about doing what he wants to do in spite of what you ask him to do or tell him that you need and all that stuff is a part and parcel of who he is and who he presents. And you just haven't really been paying attention. It's manifesting itself to the most in this behavior right here. So thanks for writing, and let me know what you decide.